Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Good morning. So it's been about a week. I walked away from it for a week because my subscribers told me that I looked absolutely fed up with it. Well, who wouldn't be fed up with it, right? As you guys know, I've run 10 episodes on this silly tractor's Lt2000 Repower project. Just a real fast recap. I put an engine on here, it didn't work, the Kohler Courage one. I've had cracks all over the place, and the head was kind of bad and had like these loose valves and stuff. So I mean, I probably spent 4 episodes on the engine alone, another 2 episodes on the rest of the tractor. While the rest of the tractor is now fine, just need an engine that is reliably running on here, you know. So I gave up on that Kohler Courage, and you guys know I don't give up very often, you know what I mean? I'm pretty relentless when it comes to absolutely, I don't care how long it takes, I'm gonna get it done, you know what I mean? I may revisit that engine again someday, but I was just at the end of the rope, you know what I mean? I just, the leaks are driving me crazy. I gotta get some JB Weld or something like that. Maybe I'll try to recover that engine again. But anyway, I took that engine off. I put a Kohler Command on here. It's only a 12.5. No, it's a 17, okay, but it backfires. No matter what I do to it, you know, valves, everything, there's nothing wrong with it other in my head that maybe it doesn't have good compression because of the rings or the piston or the bores, maybe scored or something like that. I'm not sure, you know, but going back, thinking about it, the timing has to be the crankshaft key. It's just about one of the only things it could be, you know what I mean? We tested magneto and all that stuff. But I was watching some videos last night, and it looks like the Kohler Commands has the Woodruff key. I didn't put a Woodruff key in there. A Woodruff key is the half moon key for the keyway. I put a regular, thin, rectangular shaped, long key in there. So that might be the problem. I need to find a Woodruff key, take the flywheel off, put the Woodruff key in there, and then try. Maybe that's it. So I'm gonna go look for a Woodruff key. I'm not sure if I have one. If that doesn't work, I'm done with this engine too. I'm not gonna go as far as taking it apart and tearing it down and then parting it out on eBay, which is what I actually should do, because I'm sure a lot of people need Kohler Command parts. But I'm still going to try to get that engine going, but not for this tractor because I don't know what else to do, you know what I mean? I have a Briggs vtwin. I don't know if it runs or not, and I know that it had, the issue was that the left cylinder had a bent push rod. Well, I just replaced the push rod and put it back in, but I didn't really fix the reason why it was a bent push rod. So I think the valve guides are loose or off center or not aligned. So I might take the cover off and redo the valve clearances again and check out the valve guide before I fix that engine, you know. In the meantime, I got this box in the mail. I'm gonna just open it. I'm not gonna. Anyway, it's from, I believe, 30-second cleaner. As you guys know, as I've done a couple of reviews on 30-second cleaner. It's the stuff that you connect to your garden hose and you spray on the side of your house, you know, the siding, to clear up the algae, mold, and mildew on it. So I did a couple of videos on cleaning my mom's house. And so there was an area above the garage that was like super dark and black, and I tried using it a few times, and then even agitating it with a brush, and then a few times, and it still didn't come off. And used even some super clean, went over it, you know. I mean, it came off a little, but it's still there, the black stuff. So they sent me a 30-second cleaner sprayer, chemical compatible, bleach resistant, holds pressure longer, a sprayer. I actually saw this on a sprayer on the street, and I didn't take it, and somebody told me I should have taken it, but I have one now. And a jug. Holy cow. "30-second outdoor cleaner concentrate." So this is like super strength, you know? And maybe I should try this in this thing someday when I go to my mom's house. Look what was taped to the box. It's a $50 Home Depot gift card. I guess it's for thanking me for doing the review for them. That was nice of them, huh? Now I can go buy some Loctite, RTV silicone. What else did I say I needed to get there? I just said it. Didn't I just say it? JB Weld. Gotta go get some JB Weld to properly seal those cracks on that engine, maybe. So right now I'm gonna take this cover off. I think it's already off. Take the flywheel off and try to replace the Woodruff key. And by the way, my eyebrows are slowly coming back. I can feel it. I can feel the peach fuzz already growing. So looks like in 6 months or so I should have eyebrows again. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, the regular subscribers do. Go ask them. So let's just try it again before I take it off. Or before I, you know what I mean? Before I try to fix it one last time, let's see what happens. Maybe something happened over the week that I left it. Just cracks and crackles out of here and backfires, and it's just off timing, you know what I mean? So let's get that flywheel off. This thing just pops off. Got some 5/16. Take this cover off. Holy cow. I was gonna say, they're just like little tiny bolts. I like the magnet kind that holds the bit in, but sometimes a magnet is so strong you can't even get it out. It's kind of a pain. Oh, okay. That's the first time I ever had one of these. You know? The whole blower fan comes off from that. Kind of cool. First time. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. So I've been trying to find a socket for this bolt, and it turns out that nothing will fit on here because this is stripped. Tried a 1/2 inch, but I know this is probably like a 12mm or something, or a 13mm, and I've tried them all, it won't fit. So because this is all rounded off, I'm not going to be able to get this off. This actually could be the reason that this might not be tight enough and it broke the key in there. It might be it. So what I'm going to do is this is stripped. I can't get any socket on here to get it out, right? At least strong enough to turn it with torque on a flywheel, you know? So I've got these extractor sockets. They're for strip bolts, just like that. And so this one looks like it barely fits on here. You have to bang it in there with a hammer, see? And once you do that, I'll be able to get it out. Let's get a hammer. Oh, this is not starting off to be easy, is it? But you know, if it was easy, anybody could do it. So basically, this bolt is going to be DONESKI. But whatever, we have to get the bolt out. Let's see. Yes! Success! Now I just get another bolt, you know what I mean? But to get that out was good. Very good. So I found another bolt. It's not the best bolt. The threads aren't that good, but the top is okay. This is the old one. I'm putting it back in here. I got a crowbar over here. You can't get get that off. This is stripped already. So my daughter turned 16 and I took her drive. She went to go take her test for the first time. And she passed, got 100 on her driving test. Not a driving test, her permit test. So now we've been practicing at the church. You know, the church where I sell my shit. Yeah, it's a nice big parking lot over there. You know, I could have sworn this thing popped. Doesn't seem like it now. Oh, Christ. Here's the good bolt that I think it is. There we go. That's cracked off for sure. Let's check out the condition. Great. Now I'm going to strip this one. Oh, man. Son of a gun. I did put a Woodruff key in there, and it's fine. See, so now we don't know what it is. We don't know what the problem is. Another mystery. Damn it. So if that's not the problem, what's the problem? So I put another Woodruff key on there, same size, but in a little better shape. The challenge is trying to get this on here without pushing the Woodruff key back off again, which it's doing. Difficult. Alright. Well, I don't think that'll work. I mean, because I haven't done anything. You know what I mean? I just changed the Woodruff key, but it looked fine. Well, we can only try, right? Jesus Christ. Alright. See what happens. Let's try it. It does sound a little different, to be honest with you. Just blew some go-go juice in there. Let's try it again. Nothing. Not even a pop. Well, I don't know, guys. I think I'm going to have to just take this engine off and remove it. Unless you guys can think of something else. I can't figure it out. Let's just take this off for a second. Nope. Just won't start. Well, so I'm going to give up on this engine because I just don't know what's wrong with it, you know. It could just be bad compression. I'm not going to test it with my compression tester because it's so inaccurate, it's completely useless, you know. But I don't hear any evidence of it wanting to even start, even after checking the Woodruff key, you know. The only good news is that I don't think I burned my eyebrows off for nothing because the gas tank actually works. Anyway, tomorrow we're going to come back and I'm going to try to put that Briggs vtwin in here. We'll check out the valve guides and give her a rip and see what happens. That's all we can do, right? So I put everything back. I'm going to take this engine off. I hope I don't have to take the muffler off, but I might. And put that vtwin on tomorrow. I just got this from Amazon. It's from my friend over across the pond, Mowers. Ha ha ha. That guy, you could always count on him to play a joke on you, you know what I mean? Tattoo eyebrows stickers. How's that look? Does that look natural? Go ahead, laugh it up, keep on laughing, it's okay. My misfortunes. Thanks a lot to Mowers for sending me some fake eyebrows. You're a real pal. Anyway, I have no idea what this looks like, so you guys could keep laughing. Anyway, so it's the next day, obviously. And I'm very happy to report that my guns channel, Mowers, Blowers, and Guns, went over 1,000 subscribers yesterday. Thanks a lot for you guys' support. I know a lot of you regular followers over here have gone over to my Mowers, Blowers, and Guns channel and subscribed to help me out. And as a result, I'm over 1,000 subscribers. I've applied for monetization, so hopefully in about a month, they'll say, yes, you can get paid for those videos that you're making on that Guns channel, and that's an extra revenue stream for me. Today, I'm going to finally try to put this damn Kohler command to bed. As you know, we've tried to check out the timing on this by checking out the Woodruff key and the crankshaft and the flywheel, and it seems fine to me. I even changed it to another Woodruff key that's less, in better shape. Put it in there, still doesn't start. So I almost think that there's no compression on this. So I'm thinking that it's the piston, the rings, the bore. I've had a bunch of subscribers tell me that they have the cover that they were willing to send me, but I don't want you to send it to me and waste it and spend shipping on it if this engine's going to end up being tore down and sold for parts anyway, So I'd like to try one more thing to test to see if it's the compression. If I put a little bit of oil into the spark plug hole, it'll coat the bore and make a seal between the rings, the piston, and the bore. And if it turns over, we know it's not the timing. We know it's lack of compression, and it's a bad engine block. So we're going to try that in a minute. In the meantime, I got a letter here from DRH Small Engine Service in Lindenhurst, Illinois. I didn't know Illinois had a Lindenhurst because, as you guys know, my buddy Nick 5-Speed Ash lives in Lindenhurst, New York. He sent me stickers. DRH Small Engine Repair. You're going to be put on the Mowers and Blowers Wall of Fame. I'm going to put you right over here next to my buddy John over at Turning Wrenches. I want to take up as much space as possible here, right over the football. Thanks, bro. So I've just removed the spark plug to this thing. I'm taking a turkey baster and sucking up some 10W, that's a lot, some 10W30 motor Earl. And I'm gonna just shove it into the spark plug hole and blow. Just a little bit of Earl in there. For two-stroke machines, I've tried this before with that Red Max that I had. And for me to know that that engine had no compression, I put some two-stroke oil into the spark plug hole and it fired up. So I knew that the bore and the pistons and all that stuff were DONESKI. This may not work because of all the oil in there. It's not, the spark plug's going to get all wet and won't work, But I'm just going to try it and see if it at least turns over, because this thing has not turned over ever, you know what I mean? So just going to try it. All right, put the spark plug back in. Let's see if it cranks or it starts. All right, let's spray some go-go juice in there too, because it kind of sounded like it was going to do something, didn't it? All right, here we go. Got some go-go juice in there, got oil in the thing. Let's see. Yep, so that's not going to work. This engine's DONESKI, and I don't know why. It could be a lot of things, the head and all that stuff, and I don't have any of that stuff. So you know what? I'm just going to take this engine off, keep it for a while. Maybe I'll run into another one in the future or something like that, use the head, whatever. Or I'll take it apart and sell it for parts, you know. Parts for a color command are very worthwhile because you don't see too many blown ones, you know what I mean? So there's not a whole lot of parts on eBay for this stuff. I don't know why it clicks like that. You hear it? Power's off. Okay, I just disconnected everything. Took all the bolts out. I'm going to try to see if I can get this engine off of the frame without taking the muffler off. Yeah. Oh yeah. Nice. There we go. That engine's off. I'm storing this here. I also have that 12.5 Briggs flathead that has bad valves, and I tried several times to fix the valves, but other than having good valves, this engine's not going to work. Maybe I'll buy new valves, who knows. Now we're going to dig out that vtwin. Okay, here's a vtwin. Oh dear. Oh, the holes match up. So one of the nuances of a vtwin is that this is actually, the fuel delivery is through a fuel pump, because usually when you have something that's a 20 horsepower Intek vtwin engine in it, the gas tank is usually in the back, which would require you to use a fuel pump to get the fuel from the back to the carburetor. Well, because this tractor was not meant to have a vtwin in it, the gas tank is in the way, so it won't push back to align the holes. So now that I loosened the gas tank and push it back a few inches, it should be able to align with the holes now. All kinds of issues, you know what I mean? But fortunately, I've done this shit so much that I just kind of know what to do. Sorta. Anyway, so you can see this cover is just all melted and stuff, but it's just cosmetic, you know what I mean? I'll just take this off for now. So you can see here that even has a air filter that looks okay. I mean, I don't know if this runs or anything. I got it from Nick from Bellport, and we need to check out this side. This this cylinder here and push in a valve guide. Once we've pushed in a valve guide, I think that might rectify the bent push rod issue that we had here. With problems with this, right, is that when you do have a bent push rod, it's pretty common on these vtwin engines, is that the exhaust one, the exhaust one, which is on the bottom, bends and it goes inside the engine. Nick didn't tell me that the rod was missing, so I'm assuming it didn't go in the engine. He just took it out because it was bent. He gave me a new one. I replaced it, and I set the clearances wrong because the top is the intake, the bottom is the exhaust. So I'm gonna remove this cover. We're gonna take the springs out. I know it's kind of a lot of trouble. Then we'll have to readjust the valves. I'm gonna try to take a socket, same diameter as the valve guide, and bang it in, and then teen it, T-E-N. Take a punch and hit these, hit the valve guide all around the round circumference of it, so that the aluminum bulges out more and then sits into place. You're supposed to teen it. That's what you're supposed to do. So I'm gonna try to do that. Man, oh man, I just don't know if this is gonna work. You know what I mean? This also requires a separate choke, and I don't have a choke cable that's long enough, but I guess I could jig it to work. You know what I mean? This is the choke, so it needs a separate choke cable that goes over there. Fortunately, these LT2000s and 1000s, they think about that, and so they have like this cutout hole here with a plug. You just take the plug out and you can attach a pull push in type choke lever here. So that needs to stretch all the way over here and connect to this choke lever here. And I don't even know if it works. Seems like it does. And here's the throttle connected to that, which means I need a new throttle cable because this throttle cable won't reach. So I've got all kinds of issues and not even know if this works. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm determined because it's now like a quest, like a goal to get this tractor going. You know? I don't want to give up on it. That's the whole thing. It's a pain, but I just don't want to give up. That's all. So I'm going to find some engine mounting bolts. Hopefully I can use the other ones and see if they fit. I guess I should have tried putting this in when it was out. But we'll figure it out. And then I'll just look around and see what I need to do. Before I tried to put the mounting bolts in, I looked underneath, and thank goodness I did, because this is designed to have an electric PTO. Usually with a V-twin you have an electric PTO. Not always, but most of the time. And that electric PTO clutch goes right onto this part here. Which means since it has this drive pulley on here, right, I can't attach my double stack, which this tractor is designed to have. So it's like one problem of fitment after another, you know. So we have to remove this pulley, and the reason why this pulley is still on here is probably because nobody could get this pulley off. And if you look really closely at the shaft, does that look like it's been moved recently? This looks like it's been on originally since the engine was made. So there's like corrosion, rust, and all that stuff holding this pulley onto this shaft for like 100 years. Also, I'm a little concerned that this shaft looks very long. I honestly don't think this is going to work because the shaft is too long. The shaft should usually stop around here, but it has this extra over here. So guess what, guys? I don't really think this is going to work. The shaft is too long for this tractor. Unless I put an electric PTO on it, which means I'd have to jig up another switch for the electric PTO. Not to mention the fact that I don't have an electric PTO clutch. I'm gonna have to think about this for a bit. Just spent about 15 minutes putting together this new 3-jaw puller, 3-inch. I bought this a long time ago, never used it. Not gonna work, it's too small. I need something like a 6-inch puller, you know. So the reason why I thought about taking this off was because I can make a double stack pulley go in. Like this has the stopper over here, so it won't let you go any more than that. I guess it could, but then when you get down to about here, it stops. I think I might have another pulley that doesn't have that just goes all the way through. And if you get it on just like that, it ought to be okay. So I have to get this off, but honestly, I don't think I can get this off. I mean, there's a reason why it's still on here, you know, that somebody did try to take it off. I'm going to use some penetrating oil and stuff, but I mean, I think this whole project is kaput. I think I should just walk away from it. I mean, I don't have a good engine to put on this tractor, you know. I mean, tried 3 engines already, you know. I mean, I am relentless, but I mean, you got to know when to say uncle, you know what I mean? Put a 5/8 socket on here so it protects the threads. I'm pushing upwards on this. Oh my god! It wasn't even that tight. It's off. Oh my god, that's great. Well, let's not say great yet. I still have to find a double stack pulley that would fit on here. Oh, hey, look at that. Wait a minute. So this shaft is combined on here. So that is a regular size. Holy cow, wait a minute. How about that? Okay. Oh, there's a lot of room that sticks out there. I don't know if that could be too low for the drive pulley. You know what? That's a little piece of it right there. All right. Finally, a break, you know? All right. I just miraculously put in all 4 bolts, engine mounting bolts. So the engine's on here now. I connected the wiring harness as well as the starter cable. No fire yet. And I haven't connected the fuel yet, but I could just pull the fuel line from over here. I have no throttle because I don't have a long enough throttle cable for this. But the fuel line is over here. This is the fuel pump fuel line over here. So I'm just gonna kind of connect it somehow. So I just pulled the fuel line from over there to this side. I guess I'll just remove this one because this is the original fuel input. See, it has a fuel, the fuel pump type fuel filter in it. So I really should eventually change it, but right now I'll just plug it in just to see. This goes right on there. I'll put a plug on there. We'll use this one. Let's see if my connections are right, and let's just turn the key. I don't think there's any oil in here. Let's just turn the key and see what happens. Will it crank? Wow, it cranks. Okay, let's check fuel. Oil. Huh? Does it look like it has oil? Wow, it has oil. Okay, cool. Yucky oil, but it's got oil. What do you think? Should we shoot some go-go juice in here and see if it at least... Oh, but it could go out of control because we have no throttle or choke cable. You know what I mean? Yeah, we could still just blow some in here and see. I believe it's in here. All right, you guys ready? Choke. Is that choke? If you push it in, this goes out. So choke should be like there since you're pulling it. And then throttle. It won't last long, you know. Let's see if it starts. What do you guys think? Think it'll start? Maybe I should get the fire extinguisher ready, because there is evidence of burning. You know what I'm saying? Just to be safe. The fire extinguisher ready. Here we go. Wow! It started! Oh, they've got no muffler either. That's why it's going to be super loud. But how about it? It started. That's awesome. Okay, guys, I've just spent the past hour looking for a cable for my choke. And I have one right here. And this was all seized up, so I had to loosen it up with some penetrating oil. So I've got a choke cable temporarily here. Obviously, this choke cable is not long enough to reach the dash. You know what I'm saying? But for testing, we have a choke cable, all right? And I also have a throttle cable too. See? Now controlling the throttle as well. So I believe this is lowest throttle, because you can freely move the throttle like that. Then if you put it all the way to the top, it should be tension, it should be very heavy, and it is. Very heavy tension, see? So this is full throttle, this is idle. So I'll put it like in the middle for testing, you know what I mean? And then we'll have this at, you pull it out for choke, push it down for run. So, next thing I want to do is, I want to start it up now after I turned on the fuel shut off, so that fuel is flowing here. I want it to run and see if it runs on its own, you know. But I'm afraid that when I do that, I might bend that push rod again. So I'm gonna have to remove this cover, right, and bang in that valve guide to correct the reason why it blew the it bent the push rod in the first place. The cause for bending the push rod is that there could be a rat's nest in here, or a lot of crap that's covering the fins, so that when it's running, the engine prematurely overheats. And when it overheats, it pops the valve guide from too much heat and pressure outwards. So when it does that, the rocker arms have no place to go, and it limits the amount of play for the cam to push the push rod, and therefore the push rod bends. So the push rod sacrifices itself to save other components of the engine. But that's what I'm thinking it is. I don't know what it is. But today we got the engine mounted, right? And it started up for a second with go-go juice. Got a choke and throttle cable put on, connected the starter wire and the harness to it. We found out it does have some oil in it. But this is looking more promising than the other two engines that we've had. Yes, that 20 horsepower Kohler Courage, while it has 3 individual cracks in it, it does seem to run, you know? And the valves seem to pop out of place pretty easily. So I may need to go in there and Loctite the assembly where the nut goes on the shaft and the shaft screws into the head. Those threads should be red Loctited so that they don't move ever, you know? So I think if this doesn't work, I'll go back to that Courage engine and see if we can fix that. And this time I'll use JB Weld. And I'll drain the oil from the engine so that it doesn't seep oil, you know? That's what I'll try to do if this doesn't work. But this is looking okay, you know? Especially since that pulley came off pretty easily. You know, that's a sign. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining me on today's episode, guys. Engine number 3 for this goddamn LT2000 repower project. I think it's like episode 10 or 11. But you know what? I don't care how long it goes. I want this tractor to be running and out of my garage, so we can jot that down as a win. I'm not going to quit until a engine is on this tractor and this drives out, because we pushed it into the garage and we drove it out a few times, and we pushed it back in and we drove it out a few times and we pushed it back in. But I want it to drive out of this garage with it all working. Thanks a lot for joining me, guys. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Henry, next time on blowers and...
See, you just screwed that all up. I take two.
Henry, see you guys next time on mowers and blowers. Great
yeah.
job.
Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.